It wasn't me, I swear. This guitar made me do it. This guitar made me come up with all those filthy riffs. I'm so sorry. Let's take a listen. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That was this guitar, the subject of this video, the Mozer Chariot Mono guitar. Such a cool beast, a simple and elegant beast. And as you heard, it sounds really awesome. In terms of the signal chain, this guitar was running into the Pepers Dirty Tree, going into the Peavey 6505 1992 original, going into my cab, my Grossmann Fatbox 1x12, in which I had loaded up the Hesu Demon speaker, the 8 ohm version, mic'd up with 3 mics, 2 SM57s and 1 MD421, sent into the DAW, and I added some delay in post for the lead guitars. So yeah, I don't know about you, but that sounded really awesome. When I picked up this guitar for the first time, I just knew that I had to write some really heavy and filthy stuff with this guitar. And musically, I was just really inspired by this thing. So who are Mozer guitars? Well, it's a Dutch brand, so I'm also Dutch. I live in the middle of the Netherlands, and Mozer is from up north. And the guy behind Mozer is called Michiel Mozer, I think. And the goal behind his company was to create some very unique guitars. And as you can see, the shape of this guitar is pretty unique. It's not your average Super Strat or Les Paul copy, if you know what I mean. And all his guitars look quite unique, to be honest. Some really cool offset shapes. But yeah, he wanted to make some unique stuff and some exclusive stuff, right? And then quickly after he started making guitars, his guitar was picked up by Bill Kelleher from Mastodon, who, you know, had used some of his guitars, which is really awesome, of course. Also members from Dillinger Escape Plan, 36 Crazy Fists, The Ocean Collective, and Carnival. Bands like that. So some pretty big names in there, right? Anyway, last year when I was at Guitar Summit, really cool convention in Europe, you should go there. I met Michiel. I had heard of his brand through social media and stuff, but I went to his stand and I saw some great guitars, but I saw these ones as well. So these are the more affordable models. This is the Chariot Mono, so the Mozer Chariot Mono. It also comes in black, and they also make another model, I think it's called Radiant, which has a different shape and some different features and stuff, but for a similar price point. So when you pick one of these up new, I think these are $12.99, but there currently is a discount going on Reverb. I'm not sure how long that will last, but might be good to know. Anyway, so I saw this guitar, and from that moment, I was like, damn, I need to check out that guitar. I just really loved the simplicity of it, and in this case, just like the pure colors. So the white with the black hardware, one pickup, neck through, just like a riff beast, if you know what I mean, right? So again, this is the more affordable line of guitars, but they also make custom guitars where you can spec out the guitars for yourself, make it really personal. They also build batches of like their standard guitars, I guess. And then you have this line, so it's like 3 lines of product. I think most of their guitars are built in the Netherlands, and I think Michiel told me that these are basically import guitars. I think these are built in Indonesia. It doesn't say on the back, But they then got sent back to the Netherlands where they are finished off and QC'd and everything. So it's not like he lets a factory build them and then they get shipped to the stores or anything like that. No, they come back to his shop and he makes sure that all the QC and everything is perfect. And you can really tell just because of how it feels and how it sounds and how it plays. It's a really well-built instrument. Now, I do want to tell you about all the specs and features of this guitar, even though it's a simple guitar. But first, I have to admit, this guitar made me write even more filthy riffs. This time I wanted to try a different angle tone-wise. So let's take a listen. Check it out. I hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed working on those songs. Again, I just felt so inspired, and I don't know, this guitar kind of pulled the brutal out of me, if you know what I mean. So that song started off with a clean tone with the pickup set to the parallel mode. I'll get to that in a second. And then we went into the heavies. This time for the amp, I used my Synergy Syn 20 IR with the ENGL Powerball module. And then in the cab, I had loaded up just my standard V30, so the Chinese V30. Sounded really good. All right, so let's talk about this guitar, the Mozer Chariot Mono. As you can see, it's a very simple guitar. There's not a lot to it, no frills, and honestly, I love that so much about this guitar. And the fact that it's affordable too is a great plus, right? It means that it's obtainable for you guys as well. Now, let's take a look at the body. First of all, we have a satin finish all over the body, right? Satin on the neck and on the body, and it kind of has an open pore finish. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but you can see the wood grain. And these body wings are made out of sung kai. I'd never heard of that wood. It's supposed to be similar to either mahogany or ash. They make furniture out of it, apparently, in Indonesia and stuff. But I must say, but it sounds really good. It's a really resonant guitar, which I love. And it's not too lightweight, which I do appreciate because I don't tend to prefer guitars that are too lightweight. I like guitars with a little bit of weight. So it's not super heavy, but it does sit comfortably, you know, and I like it when guitars have a little bit more heft to them, if you know what I mean. It's a neck-through guitar, which is great. I love that. It's my favorite type of construction for guitars. And we have I think a 3-piece maple neck going all through the body. And the neck has a modern C profile, and it feels super comfortable and fast. It's not mega flat, but it's definitely one of the smaller necks that I've felt recently. So it feels so comfortable to play, really comfortable. On the neck, we have 24 medium jumbo stainless steel frets, and they have been finished really nicely. So this, when you run your fingers across the neck like this, feels really buttery smooth, which is nice. Very nice indeed. Not all import models have this, no. But this one does. Feels really premium in that regard. And I should also mention that we have loom inlays on the side of the neck here, which is awesome for dark stages. I should mention that I have this guitar tuned to drop C with a set of 11s Elixir 11s, which are my favorite gauges for this tuning. The scale length is 25.5 inches, so that is great for tuning a little bit lower than standard tuning for extra clarity and string tension. The fretboard is made out of Macassar ebony, so it has some nice brown streaks on it, which in my opinion looks quite beautiful and natural. We have this cool Mozer M logo inlay over here. It's the only inlay, as you can see. Love the simplicity of that as well. The headstock shape is pretty cool too. The cover over here says Chariot, but I have some foam rubber. I always do that with all my guitars to mute unwanted resonances. And then on the back of the headstock, we have Grover locking tuners. And these are quite compact. I like them a lot. So the wheel that you sort of turn on is a bit more flat. So it looks kind of sleek. We also have a graphite nut over here, which is quite common. Works fine. The action is super low, so I was able to get the action super low. That means that the frets have been very nicely leveled, right? Which is awesome. Then we have a tune-o-matic bridge. The strings are going through the body, and they come out over here, as you can see. And in terms of the controls, we have one simple volume control, and then this switch over here. Now, another cool thing is that Mozer Guitars tries to avoid using plastic as much as they can on their guitars, so this knob is made out of metal, stuff like that, which is cool. They want to make their guitars durable and eco-friendly, so that's awesome. Now the pickup that we have is the Hyperion 2 pickup, and I think it sounds great. I think that's one of the reasons that this guitar made me write filthy and nasty riffs, right? It has a lot of clarity, nice girth. It reminds me a little bit of bare knuckle pickups, the bare knuckle Aftermath especially, which I have in one guitar with that nice clarity. But I think that the output isn't too high, so you can get some nice dynamics out of this pickup as well, especially when you put it to the parallel mode. So this switch over here lets you go from between the standard series mode to the parallel mode, which gives it a more of a twangy single coil sound. You also heard that in the intro of that second song. Another thing that I should not forget to mention is that this guitar comes with a really nice gig bag. Super sturdy, and yeah, I love how it looks too. Has some great padding inside and stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but and a good like rest for the headstock, if you know what I mean. So that is a huge plus as well. What I'm going to do now is plug this into my ENGL Fireball 100, play some riffs, and then play with this switch a little bit on the clean channel as well, so you can hear how it affects the tone. Take a listen. All right, guys, I'm sitting here with my new Mozer Chariot Mono guitar, this awesome looking guitar, with the Hyperion pickup in the bridge position, of course, and that's going directly into my ENGL Fireball 100, kind of like a workhorse metal amplifier, if you will. Always sounds good. I'm on the lead channel right now, bass at 12 o'clock, mids at 2 o'clock, treble at almost 3 o'clock, and presence a bit lower, let's say 9:30. So it's a simple guitar, so there aren't a lot of tones that we need to go through, but again, this is the bridge pickup on the normal humbucker voice. It sounds something like this. So that's a lot of definition, plenty of chunk right there. Sounds awesome. So with this little switch over here, you can put the pickup in the parallel mode. So let's do that right now and see how that sounds. It's going to sound a bit more twangy and single coil-like. That also lowers the output a little bit, right? But for my taste, I prefer the normal mode. So that sounds really cool. Now I'm going to switch over to a clean channel so we can try the pickup with a little bit of a clean tone. I need to put the EQ a little bit differently here to accommodate the clean tone. because it sounds better with this amp. I'm going to engage the bright and bottom switches as well. So we have a nice, sparkly, simple, clean tone right now. This is the normal humbucker mode, and let's switch to the parallel mode. I think this pickup will sound a bit better if we add some grit, so some gain to this channel. And then again, the parallel mode. And there you have it, the Mozer Chariot Mono. All right, awesome. So that was the Fireball into the Grossmann with the V30 once again. So what do I think of this guitar, the Mozer Mono Chariot? Well, if it isn't obvious, I love this thing a lot. Plays really well, the neck is super comfortable, the frets have been leveled perfectly, it's very resonant and loud, so acoustically it's very pleasing as well. The pickup is great, I love it. I love the simplicity, I love the look of it, the fact that it's a neck-through guitar, really awesome. I did have one little issue with this guitar that I definitely should mention because I want to be transparent to you guys. The saddle for the high E string was causing a little bit of a sort of sitar-y noise when I was stroking up. Kind of like a weird buzz, right? I did have a spare bridge laying around, so I just put that in to see if that would solve the problem, which it did. So I just fixed it myself, but I'm 100% sure that Mozer would have fixed it for me otherwise. You know, sometimes these import guitars come with hardware that's a little bit more affordable. And in this case, I just put a bridge in that was a little bit more expensive and a little bit more chunky. So that's only one thing. I mean, in terms of the body shapes, they are unique. So is it your thing? That's up to you to decide. I really like it. I like how it's a little bit offset, you know. But again, it's just so smooth and well made and simple and a brutal riffing beast that I like a lot. So I highly recommend checking out these models, the mono models especially, since those are quite affordable. So check out the Mozer Guitars website. I'll put a link below. You can also check out the Reverb store. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this guitar and the tones that I conjured with this guitar. If you want to support this channel, you can buy something in my affiliate links for Thomann, Sweetwater, etc., or get something in my web store like a capture pack or an IR pack. You can also follow me on Sonic Drive Studio's Facebook and Instagram pages, and please also hit the like and subscribe buttons, as that really helps the channel out. And of course, a huge thank you to Mozer Guitars for sending this guitar over to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Cheers.